had smartphones, just using those crappy old little Nokias. Don't see the word chems coming out there. It's usually when people who are trying to buy drugs, but they were too scared to use the actual word of the drug on the textbook because you can kind of get technology and it's scary. And then when Gaydar came along and we sort of started getting computers, we didn't know how to use it, we thought it was a bit scary. And so now you can go on a computer, you can write chems, you can write TNE, you can write fuck, you know, all sorts of things. And back then this can get in trouble for writing these things. Chems was a word that sort of came to be jokes. It was a very, very small thing. So I started, I remember there was no crystal meth dealer. I think that was about 2002. No crystal meth dealers, but there were some air stewards or cabin crew. Cabin crew? I don't want to say stewardesses. I just do. Traveling, who would bring crystal meth from other countries where it's more prevalent, places like America and South Africa. And there was a small group of people in London getting in London using it and having what they found to be the best sex of their lives. And it was more focused around someone and we didn't have right. I started volunteering at Antidote, which is part of London Friend now, was part of Turning Point. It was a small LGBT charity of drug service, drug and alcohol service. Volunteering there was mostly about ecstasy and cocaine, and as volunteers, the job was to pop down to local bars and clubs and make sure everyone was okay on ecstasy. They were okay. They were quite happy on their ecstasy. They had a good time. There weren't a lot of harms. We didn't see people rushing to accident emergency departments all the time with ecstasy overdoses. We did see people presenting to drug services with injecting drug use bombs because of their ecstasy use or going out to clubs on the weekend. We didn't see people rushing. We didn't see spikes in HIV. We didn't see spikes in sexually transmitted infections. We didn't see overdoses or addiction problems, physical dependent problems. But when we were working at Antidote, things started to change. We had more people coming in with GBL abuse, a lot of dependent abuse, using it every day, but a lot of chemsex. At the time, it didn't exist. Monty showed some stats yesterday about how many people were presenting to the Antidote. And that was, I think, I told 2007, am I wrong? 2006. With almost zero presentations who were kind of chemsex focused. But it was almost overnight that it just dramatically changed. And we did start seeing harms. It did change dramatically. At the same time that technology was changing the way we got Rhino, ADA, there's plenty more now. I popped down because I was curious about it. We were struggling, particularly with GBL, because the dangers are so high, people couldn't get care. You couldn't walk into any NHS sexual health service, you couldn't walk into any NHS drug service and say, help with my GID medical help, or I will die. You couldn't get it. We were asking HIV doctors who were usually more familiar with gay drug trends to just step in and do detoxes. I'd like to mention their names because they're heroes, but they might be stuck on. It was tons of girls, it was amazing. Asking gay GPs to step in that case to provide medicated detox for people who were living in quite a lot of mortal danger in fact with their withdrawals. They were really scary times and there were deaths too. So I actually popped over, it was in 2010, I popped to 56th Street to their pet clinic because I wanted to know what they knew what cancer is. So I was working not in a sexual health setting, I had no sexual health background. I was just a volunteer. There are amazing volunteers who've been doing amazing work and still are. We rely on them enormously in Glasgow Consents. I popped into Dean Street to see what were the sexual health consequences. It hadn't occurred to me that this is not just a drug problem. Probably, oh my gosh, I understand what to do with sexual health. It's all about sex, isn't it? So pop into their PEP clinic. 56th Street at the time, we're doing about 30 PEPs on a typical day. I popped in just before Easter and I asked the staff there about chemsex and they said, yes, we are aware actually of lots of drug use by gay men. We think we've got it though. We're asking the right questions, we think we've got it. I went back again on the Tuesday after that weekend. It was Easter bank holiday. 33 people showed up for PEP on that day. I asked the nurses to ask specific questions about colloquial words with drugs like chems, G, other drugs, and just two different kind of questions. And 33 people showed up for PEP that day. Every single one said they had come from chemsex weekend. 100%. And yet 3 days earlier, they'd been saying that they felt they were on top of it. So that was my 2010 with Code Clinic, so in partnership with Answer, trying to address it. At the same month of that year, it was December 2010, the Club Drug Clinic down at Chelsea Westminster Hospital also opened its doors and invited us Answer to be a part of it. These were amazing times for me to be able to see after the hard work we've been doing, to be able to see people walk into the NHS and get care. And it was brilliant, it was very exciting. It was just one city, and this was happening in your cities as well. We're very lucky to be able to address it this way. Other challenges too though, we had trouble getting the community to talk about it. We always liked our drugs. Ecstasy and MDMA and these drugs that serve a really important purpose for a gay community struggling with food decades. It was rather frightening, actually, epidemic. People dying, and we needed to be a community, we needed to commune. And we were doing that on dance floors, and we were escaping the horrors of this epidemic in great, beautiful, low harm drug highs on dance floors. They were facilitating community. We adopted drugs, and they were serving a really good purpose. And we normalized them. And then overnight, we had grinding. And then overnight, we had new drugs landing right in our laps. Crystal methamphetamine, methadone, GPL. And I wish they'd come with this warning that said, careful though, we know you like your drugs, but these are really harmful. You need super skills to manage these safely. They didn't come with that warning. I also wish that the geosexual networking apps like Grindr sort of came with instruction booklets too, and how to make sure that you use these so that your emotional and sexual needs are fully met and you have a good understanding of it. But they didn't come with that either. They just came with use now, take the top off, take a picture, and really share. They did some amazing books. They took us out to public parks and public toilets and things like that too. So it's a very good thing. So this is the environment that Chemsex is having. We're having trouble getting to talk about this because it was just so too quick a change with all these harms. A lot of people were using them, not experiencing the harms, and not everyone knew what was happening to everyone else. People were going out having great sex on drugs with somebody, and they say, yeah, you look fine, you're having a great time on your drugs. They didn't see them on Monday or Tuesday when they were devastated or alone. Whereas a lot of us were in the healthcare sector. So gay press is struggling to talk about it too. These were some of the challenges. I think the biggest challenge, we're addressing it all, and I think those who came to training yesterday, nursing staff need to know how to address it frontline, we need to know how to do risk assessment, we need to know how to be alert to seroconversion symptoms, we need to know how to make sure to ask the right questions. Are you using drugs, not just IMG? We need to know how to screen people who can't see, even if they're HIV negative and not injecting drugs. Because we've got large numbers at 56 Street of HIV negative, non injecting drug users who have had hepatitis C not just once, but a number of times through injections. And that might not be the most obvious thing in sexual health settings. There's a whole lot of things we need to learn, and that's just the medical staff. Therapists need to learn stuff, so the community needs to learn how to respond to this one. We're hoping to cover most of these bases here at this conference today, and we're hoping to get I think we can get a lot of we've got a really perfect mix here. I think one of the last challenges that's worrying me, I think I need to tell you a story to explain it. At 56th Street, which is our express clinic, we have a history of express clinic. It's just what it symbolizes here. There is express, the latest technology, great innovation. We have 500 people going through there every day. 500 people is an asymptomatic clinic, so you don't go to D Street Express if you have symptoms. You go there if you have no symptoms, you just want to get a screen. 500 people every single day. So a nurse at D Street Express might see between 20 and 30 people, mostly gay men, one after the other throughout the course of one day. So very quick, very speedy. First presentation might be someone who came from a sauna. They say, hello, I need gonorrhea medicine, please. I think something's happening here. I was at a sauna on the weekend. I was there all weekend. I don't know who I had sex with, but I passed out for a few hours. I'm not really sure what's going on, and I seem to have this kind of medicine, please. So that's just thinking, yikes, okay, there's so much going on in this room right now. Issues of consent and so on, and sexual well-being that this person wants to address, of course, their gonorrhea symptoms. And so she does. trying to bring up these other issues. Sometimes answers like, oh no, it happens all the time. You know, it wasn't solved. It was my fault. It was too many drugs. It happened last month. It will happen next week. Don't worry. That's even better for this. It's normal for us. He's off. A person comes in. Maybe a pet. There's a pet presentation because he had to lay a risk of spreading the HIV person. The nurse wants to do an assessment, find out who the partner was, what the status of the partner was, what the circumstances were, to know if the care is required. And the patient goes, and the nurse might ask, is the person involved contactable so we can find out his sex? So they're waiting in the waiting room, you can read them in the find out. And the patient's, no, I don't know who it was, it could be one of 10 people, I don't know. It happened last month, it will happen next month. I just need to think, okay, this is normal for us. One after the other, 20 to 30 a day, on the road. At the end of the week, our nurses and gorgeous nurses, I don't know, a bit traumatized. They go out there, well, I'm drunk on Friday night, so they have my blessing. They really have my blessing. And even though they're traumatized, a lot of these getting these 500 a day coming through, and I'm identifying if there's anything wrong with their exercise. I'm not identifying this is high risk. And it might be identifying they deserve more when people shake them when they're almost passed out. Passing out from G should not be a normal part of exercise or a normal part of everything. So this is kind of the last problem, I think, is raising this issue of our sexual well-being. It's with a personal opinion, and there are going to be lots of people with differing opinions here in the next 2 days, but we are all people on them. But one of my opinions is that we've been through a really scary couple of decades that will define almost our sense of sexual well-being. It's put risk and danger into our records and into our sex lives. It's there every day. We fought for gay sexual liberation, the right to have a different kind of sex, to use our songs, to not be demonized or stigmatized because we have sex even though it's risky. And we define gay sexual liberation as the right to have sex with, we want as many people as we want without being such shame. I think we may need to redefine it in a new age of technology and harms and new drugs as sexual being is not just the right to have sex with whoever you want, whenever you want, but to have sex with a sense of our sexual and emotional needs, knowing all of the options available and how to pursue them and have the most extraordinary sex life. So that's the kind of gay sexual liberation we need to define, given the current times of being and experiencing all over the world, and we're all experience it. I think that's kind of the challenge, but there are so many. We'll try and address many of them today. Matthew mentioned the person that died. I have to mention that too. One of the things that's been happening over the last 10 years is deaths, more than anyone, any community deserves. There was 5 deaths in the space of 2 weekends, all in Swords. They had a very deserved 2 weekends. It was really pretty frightening. Just down the road here, a few years back, there was a person who jumped out a window in Denmark School to his death after going through psychosis, which you might be familiar with. On Christmas Day, there was a G overdose. This is just before Christmas gone. And that same month, a person who was living planning too much, rejected too much was around, and he done quite a few Viagra, and he had a heart attack and died. 30-ish deaths from GBL just this year, and that's twice the amount in 2014. That's from the coroner's office. We don't know. That's just the number. And we don't know. I can imagine most of them will get in, but that says that. I think we can imagine everyone else is going to get in. This is outrageous. It's frightening, and we don't know what to do, but I think what we do is we talk about it. I think we should, if you don't mind me indulging me, we just have a moment to remember all those people. I know there are people here who know friends who've lost relationships, or lost friends, lost friendships, lost people's lives, or touched your own life perhaps. If we can just take a moment, just to because we do have lots to do. Thank you. what can we do? And we're trying to do lots, and this is why this year James has been appointed a new patient champion called Akash. Many for his name, seems coming to see a lot of his performances over here. He's going to accompany us with the wellbeing program, which is the other part of my job, which is trying to rebrand 16th Street from just a hype clinic, a sexual health centre, to a sexual wellbeing centre. It's interesting that London's one of the few centres in few cities, bigger cities, most big communities, sort of capitals, that doesn't have an LGBT community centre. And we noticed at 16th Street that people were walking in for a whole lot of reasons that had nothing to do with their sexual health. And we liked that, and we wanted to address it. And so the Dean Street Wellbeing Program was born to kind of just, let's address the ways we can. How do we get community, and how do we learn from the communities we're trying to help rather than preach down to them through our medicine journals? How do we, the trend of learning in the NHS has been about doing focus groups. So you would get your populations to come in, maybe 10 representative group, and you would sit down and much show them some slides and get them to talk about things, and we jot down things and we take away some information. And we have to do better than that, given the crisis sort of nature of these times as well. So we really need to learn. We don't learn by just inviting people and letting them tell us. We need to be in the community. We need to listen. The Ministry of Wellbeing Program has a whole series of events. You'll be able to see in the chill room next door, which you can access during the breaks. We've got a whole lot of films showing, which are parts of our wellbeing program. I was approached by a fetish photographer called Matt Spike by email. He sent me a picture of these really sexy guys in leather harnesses injecting each other, slamming each other. It's a very sexy picture. And he said, just before I publish this, David, is it wrong? So, well, it's fetishizing it. Yeah. It's sexualizing it and sort of glamorizing something that can be quite harmful. Yeah. Can you please make 30 more of these and put them in an upgoing? We'll do this twice. We'll show it once to the health sector, so that we can talk about controversy, and we'll do it another time with the gay community, so that we can talk about the controversy of this. And it was an amazing event. We filmed it, and it's going to be showing next door during breaks. We also sent some people into the bedroom. So that's what we do at the Institute. We send people into the bedroom. Some people went into the bedroom at our invitation and had sex behind a closed door. And we waited outside for 4 minutes. That's what we're like. And when they came out, we interviewed them about the sex they just had. And it was amazing. They were glowing with the rosy glow of having just had sex. And they sat down, so they're still touching and smiling and greeting each other, talking about the intimacy and the companionship and the beautiful little, the flow and the joy of sex and intimacy. We did that specifically because, for again, 2 reasons. We wanted to show these films to the health sector. Sometimes when you're working in sexual health and you see presentation after presentation after presentation, sometimes somewhere again, and we might have this is because they had a risky sexual experience. It's also because they had amazing sex. And we don't want clinicians to forget that, and especially in busy clinics where it's one after the other. Also showed it to our gay communities, many of whom are feeling like intimacy might be missing from their lives in the new fast-paced sort of sex availability of Grindr and Chem and things like this. So it just reminded me of the importance of all of the options of sex, including intimate encounters, how to pursue relationships and things like this. So the Wellbeing Program has been one of our championships. We next won an award we're very proud of from Attitude Magazine. And we like it very much to be a model. We really, really think is that for crisis times for gay men, there are things everywhere. We have technology. We've still got lots of HIV stigma. Perhaps needing to redefine what gay sexual liberation means for a younger generation inheriting these scenes with dangerous scenes that they are left with. And we need our sexual health services, whether they're testing centres or checkpoints or NHS clinics, really need to be engaging in the well-being, the sexual and emotional needs of people coming to seek advice and help and support from us. And of course, theatre and the arts. So Pat Cash wrote a play for us last year called The Clinic, which is with an amazing award-winning run. It was packed to capacity every single time. It was about 2 people struggling with life and sex in 2016, given all the new trends and how to pursue that and pursue a good, happy sex life with lots of well-being. perhaps the monologues which you performed last night, and also that film too. And it's also let's talk about Guesses and Drugs. You've heard about what you've come along to tonight, which is another really beautiful, inspiring way to see the community responding to this. I want to finish up in a minute. I want to quickly just remind you, alarm you with some new stats which Dr. Neck spent, Nicola spent all day yesterday scrambling to get these stats together. At 56th King Street, we diagnose between 20 and 30 regular chem users with HIV every month. It's 20 and 30 people become affected with HIV who are regular chem users every single month. And we prescribe HEP to 400 gay men a month following a chemsex party. We're protecting that many people from HIV. Thank goodness for that. So you imagine what our HIV rates would be like if we didn't. Which is making me think a little about PrEP, which is another new tool that we may need. HIV is, we think, a gay man catches HIV, so let's say 5 weeks ago. He comes to get tested to say he gets a negative result because of the window period. A week later, he's having sex with 3 to 6 people at a chemsex party. He thinks he's negative. He is actually seroconverted. He's not aware of the seroconversion symptoms because he's high, he's awake for 3 days, he's sweating, he's getting rashes when he drugs anyway. He wants to use hormones, but it's very rare when people are under the group of these very powerful high. And so he might infect between 3 to 6 more people in just the course of a couple of weeks of chemsex parties. And they go on to do the same sort of thing. So even though we thought PEP would put a great dent in the rising HIV infections, but it kind of didn't. They continue to rise. We thought treatment as prevention and having all the uninfectious HIV positive people on treatment would put a big dent in the rising HIV infections. They didn't. They continue to rise. We're hoping PrEP will, when we get it. Right, Sheena? Right. But I worry because I think the one common thread through all of these times has been the growing use of chems. And I think that's where we really need to target our energies. And thank you for coming so that we can address it. Let's learn. We all have lots and lots of different opinions. We're raising issues that do trigger different opinions. That's awesome. Let's remember that we're all here